What's up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek, definitely Guru. I don't know. We're doing something a little different today. Toby and I. I'm here with Toby. Toby, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you, Bobby.
See, I asked you how you're doing this time.
You've got it right this time.
You should be happy. So, more or less, we have had the honor and the privilege to receive a demo of a new game coming out called Zombie Vikings. It is from the folks at Zoink Games. You've heard us talk about them a lot, either in the Facebook group or on Twitter, on Instagram. I've been posting stuff about them lately, like screenshots and things like that. They're involved in a vote to play right now on the PlayStation Network. More or less, this is the opportunity for the fans to vote for what game they want to be free in September. Toby has already played this demo. I have not. I didn't want to play it. I kind of wanted to come at it with fresh eyes, more or less. So this way I'm coming from a different perspective, and I can talk to Toby about what he experienced and ask him what he experienced. So in theory and in hopes, you guys can kind of get some questions that maybe you're thinking at the same time along. You know, maybe I'll ask them as well, because of the fact of, like, I'm seeing it for the first time. You're seeing it for the first time probably. And we'll go from there. So at this point, I mean, you see the start menu, typical start menu. What's the different options that they're allowing you to go through, Toby?
Well, in the demo, there was just the start and options, I think. I'm not sure I've already checked out the options there, but obviously there's a shop, as you saw, so I'm sure you can have like in-game purchases or whatever, but I doubt they'll be necessary. Like, probably just cosmetic stuff. But I don't know anything about that, so don't quote me on that.
The nice thing I like about, like, as we're watching the cutscene start, Klaus, the CEO of Zoink Games, he actually draws all these characters.
That's impressive.
It is. And I think the thing that I like, their voice acting is really good as well.
Definitely. They've got high production values on things like music and like the voice acting and stuff. And they've got a very like nice visual style going on as well. So
yes.
I really like that.
For those that aren't really familiar with Zoink Games, and this might be the first time you're hearing the name Zoink Games, they also did Stick It to the Man. So that might be something that triggers a name that people might recognize.
Okay, so this is the intro cutscene of the demo. So basically, the story of the game is... actually, before we get into the story of the game, here's the interesting thing, right? You can choose from 4 characters, 4 different zombie Vikings.
Nice.
I went for Sigurd, or Sigurd.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was the coolest looking one.
Yeah, I like that you can buy the weapons too.
Yeah, so in the demo, I'm sure they've been generous. So you can see it down the bottom. I've got over 3,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I can afford most of the weapons here, but you find gold throughout the levels. But yes, yeah, so each weapon's got a humorous description, and they've got unique abilities to them. Like that one's more powerful, but it slows you down. And stuff like that, and I think they've been really creative with the different weapons you can have.
Now, the thing that's did you try a lot of weapons, or did you
I tried about 2 or 3 weapons, because the thing is you choose them before you start the level, and you can't really change them unless you find a shop.
Okay.
But yeah, I tried a few out, and they were quite good. And here you can see you also get a rune, which is like a passive sort of ability in the background. So I tended to went for the one that gave you a little bit of extra health. There's other runes which like take away your health, but they make you more powerful in other ways. So it's kind of like, you know, pluses and minuses. You've just got to weigh up. I mean, you could combine a powerful weapon with a rune that makes you weaker, but it balances it out, so you might get benefits in other ways from the rune. So it's not so bad.
The thing that I like, and I give them credit for, is it's similar to like a Castle Crashers style game. But the character design is much better than a typical Castle Crasher. Like, the typical Castle Crasher game, you just have like 4 characters that look all the same, pretty much.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this is basically stylized for each character, which is very cool.
I know that they've focused a lot on story and characters when developing this game. I was reading a blog on the PlayStation website, and they were talking about how they've really focused on having unique characters with unique traits and abilities. So this one that I've got, you can see he's got a special attack where his tentacles like spin round, because he's like half zombie, half sort of tentacle creature.
Yeah.
So he's like his little octopus guy, who's like the bottom half of him. He can like throw like poison out of him, and he can like spin around and attack enemies. But I didn't actually try any other characters because I was this guy throughout the whole demo. But I'm sure they've all got their own unique abilities like that.
The other thing that I like, or that I'm noticing, is like when you turn from left to right, it's like a piece of paper flipping around. It reminds me a lot of Paper Mario.
Yeah. So all of the characters and enemies, even a lot of the props in like the foreground and the background, they're all 2D, but the like level that you stand on is obviously 3D because you can move forward and backwards.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm sure they saved a bit of money doing it in that style, but it actually works really well, and it's a really nice like way of keeping it sort of simple, because there's a lot going on as well. I mean, it's quite a cartoony style, but I mean, as you can see, when the camera zooms in, there's no sort of outline for your character, but when the camera starts to zoom out, you don't want to lose him, so they've put like a green glow around him.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And there's a button, I think on the PS4 controller it's the touchpad or something, you can press a button that basically shows you, like reminds you where your character is on screen, so if there is a lot going on, you'll always be able to find where you are.
Now, just so people understand, you played this is a PC demo.
Yeah, it's a PC demo, but it's the PlayStation 4 build of the game. They ported it. But it ran really well. I mean, I had a few like little bugs, like nothing major. Like you might see me like doing a move towards the floor, like later on in the demo, where it sort of freezes up a little bit. But I'm sure that'll be fixed anyway.
Yeah.
But overall, it ran really well.
Now, my other question for you is this: what type of controller were you using for this?
I was using an Xbox 360 controller. I could have used the PlayStation 4 controller, but my Xbox controller is already like synced with my PC and that. But the controls basically the same.
I think I'm gonna give this a shot tonight and try it myself, because this game looks really cool.
I think you should. It was really fun. Like, it's more like, it looks like a very simple game, but there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, you see, like there, I'm poisoning the enemies with my little octopus thing, and that's like there's a lot of like little tactics like that you need to do, especially when you're getting overwhelmed by enemies. So you might want to poison some enemies whilst you're fighting off a couple of other ones, so you're hurting multiple people at the same time.
The game just looks so beautiful. Like,
it's really nice. And you see,
can we just get to the point that we stop calling these people indie developers? They're developers, man.
Like I was saying earlier, like the production value seemed really high on this.
Yeah.
Like the music is really good in this game, and the voice acting is great. Even the art style is great. But so like it's kind of like a button masher in a way, but you like saying you still need to have tactics. I mean, this is the first level, so it looks quite easy, but the second level I played, I died I think 4 times trying it, and I didn't beat it. But this is like a mid-level boss, and the whole like theme of this level is there's like an evil witch, like hag, and she's thrown her cat out because she's trying to impress a man or something. So it's like some crazy humour. They got a lot of weird, funny humour.
Yeah, I did. That's the one thing I did from the trailers that I've watched and some stuff that I watched prior. It makes you laugh. Like, it's funny. There's some funny stuff. There
was actual laugh out loud moments in the cutscenes, and some of the things like the characters say when you're fighting them as well is really funny.
Yeah.
So like these guys, they're really weak and feeble, but they're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna eat you for breakfast or whatever. Like, just come out with some random stuff.
Yeah. I'm just amazed. I'm just staring at the ground. Like, I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, this just looks beautiful. I'm like in love with this thing.
I really like how like kooky it all is. I mean, you see like the health. Like his brains, because you're a zombie, so obviously zombies are not brains. Yeah. So the health pickups are brains, and like you know, you're whacking people with giant extendable tentacles.
Now I'm just curious. Did you try any of the other characters, or
no? I wish I had so I could talk about it more. But the thing is, like when I started the game, I had to choose from one of the 4 characters, and every time I played the demo, like if I loaded a new level, it made me play as this character. So I guess I'd have to start the whole demo from scratch to choose a different character. But I was reading on the PlayStation blog that they want to have it so you can stitch all 4 characters together to make a super zombie. So I'm not
see that. I did see that. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that would work, but that would be so cool. Like, because you're working together with your friends, and when you die, your head falls off. So you're already a zombie, so you're already undead, but when you die, your head can fall off. But your friends can pick up your head and use that as a weapon. And there's even like a rune that you can equip that lets you run around headless for a while after you lose your head. So, you know, that's like another like comedy thing that they've added to the game.
Now, like, the nice thing is this has online multiplayer. Yeah. So, like, we could play this together.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I know that Mark and Colin from the Warp Whistle podcast, they interviewed Klaus. Really good interview. It's telling. Like, you hear Klaus, he's talking about things, and he's letting some stuff slip that's, you know, or just telling stories about things that are like different developers or different companies. Let's just hold on for a second. Let's listen to this first.
Yeah.
Servant, shine the red light. Good, very good. Viking zombies! What brings you to the court of King Fluffy?
We have come to find Loki, who lodges with the witch Gaga. Do you know her?
She raised me from the time I was a kitten. But then I was cast out most cruelly, for Gaga fell in love with some scrawny deity. Here in the forest I will make my kingdom until I can win my way back to her.
Well, then we're allies. We go to beat Loki.
I will not allow it. If Morgaga loves Loki, she will have him.
That's really pathetic, dude.
Ow, it's kind of romantic, no?
It's codependent is what it is.
Kill them all!
So, what I love about that cutscene is the way his little servant guy is shining the red light around for him. He's just fixating on it, because that is such a cat thing to do. And like he's like his cat servant. So I mean, the humour is brilliant in this game.
That's fun.
So this is like the boss. I mean, at first I didn't know how to hurt the boss, because I was trying to hit him there, you see, but I couldn't. Like, but then I figured out that you have to jump to hit him, which I did find a little frustrating, because you have to jump every time to hit him, and it just felt a little bit tiresome having to keep doing that rather than like just standing on it or taking advantage. But the thing is, like, he's a stationary boss. Like, he's not doing anything other than like vomiting whatever, like hairballs that are coming to kill you or whatever they are. So you know, you can't expect him to be too vulnerable. He's got his little cat flap in the background on the far right.
That's just.
But yeah, this game is mental in a good way. So, also you heard in the cutscene, so his owner, who we're sort of going out after, she's hooking up with Loki, and the main story of the game is Loki has stolen Odin's eye, like his eyeball. Apparently, like just took it right out of his socket, and it's like a magic eye, so it gives people powers or whatever. So Odin like summoned these 4 zombie characters that you can play as, and you're trying to get his eye back, which has led to us murdering his cat.
I did see that in the cuts, well, in some of the stuff earlier on when they were talking about it, where some of the trailers and stuff where Loki tricks and steals Odin's eye. I like that there's like a Thor, and it's kind of like a play on the Marvel universe. Not that Marvel owns those names or anything, but that's what kind of makes it cool, because people today know Loki and Odin and Thor and all that as Marvel characters, and it's like, oh, this is bad. This is awesome. This is just awesome that they're doing it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting into the Vikings TV series lately, so I know a lot of those characters from like the Norse mythology and all that. But it's kind of like the way they're using it is kind of bringing it into like modern like times with like the zombies, like as pop culture and everything, and they're adding all their humour to it as well. And it's just a really cool take on it all.
Very well.
But the cat gives up there. You don't quite kill him, and he lets you through his cat flap.
Gate. It was built long ago by eldritch hands.
Now,
They purchased on Amazon.
Yeah, he quoted Amazon there, so they're even like quoting real life stuff, which is relatable, which it makes it even more fun.
That's what's cool about it. They seem to like did their history and get their facts straight on things, and it's kind of cool the way they did things.
Yeah. So this is level 2 now. This is what I found a little bit more tricky. You can see they really start ramping it up. They've got enemies throwing bombs at you, and the bigger enemies that take a lot more hits. What we're seeing here is the different enemies. So you've got the smaller enemies, which is cannon fodder really, run around with their little swords, and some of them throw bombs at you. But then it's the larger enemies, like the guy with the 2 swords there, that make it a little bit more tricky, because they've got sort of special moves like you have. So you have to they come charging at you with their swords, and some of them spin round like you can, and other stuff. So you can see I've got some sort of red power up here. So some of the barrels that you find, you can like throw them, and if you're close by to the explosion, then you'll go red for a bit. And I assume you've gone like berserk or something, so you get like extra strength and extra speed, I guess, as well. But the thing is with that is the enemies can get that as well. So if you throw that barrel into a group of enemies, then everyone will go red.
Okay.
So some of the enemies have, like, when they do their special moves, they've got these little tails. So you can see they're charging up, so the little white things are like sprouting out of them. So you know, like, to dodge out of the way at that point.
Yeah. Now, I'm like in awe of this game, man. I like that it's like there's different levels, and like if you're looking at the ship in the background, it looks like the ship's in the water going, and then beyond that, there's more stuff beyond it. You know what I mean? Like there's layers.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of layers. It is kind of like just one big diorama, really. Everything's sort of made of carbon paper in the background, and the way they're doing it is like the whole adventure is like story driven, so each character has their own story, and I guess they have their own levels as well. And there's going to be a lot of different themed levels. I can't remember what they were specifically, but on the PlayStation blog they were talking about it. Let's see. So they were like just saying that there's
you turn them red.
There's just basically a lot of variety as well in the levels. So this guy with the shield here, he's really tricky, because when you hit him from the front, you don't actually hit him, you only hit his shield. So you have to get behind him to hit him, but he turns around really quickly. But if you can get him, you can sort of keep hitting him from behind, so he doesn't have time to turn around.
Yeah, you can do damage because you can just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. But then you got the little guys throwing bombs at you constantly, so you have to watch out for those. So you see, like, I'm throwing like bits of purple, like, poison down, like behind me, so the enemies that are chasing me are getting poisoned.
Yeah. Now I'm curious, and we don't know because you're not playing multiplayer. But I'm curious if we were to play multiplayer, if this is the amount of enemies that are on the stage, or would it double because there's?
I don't know really. I found this level quite tricky. You see, I'm already less than half health and not that far into it. But I don't know. I mean, you'd think they probably would add a few more enemies. So, but sort of like each area you get to where there are enemies, you can't progress until you've killed all the enemies. So they trap you in a little area, a little like sort of gauntlet of enemies to kill.
How do you feel the difficulty was on the game?
I mean, it's hard to say because the levels that I played, I don't know if they were necessarily in order. Like, I don't know if this would be the second level in the game. I feel like this would be a little bit further on because the difficulty in this was quite a lot more than the very first level. But it seems fair. I mean, I'm sure it's just me being bad at this game, but
yeah, I mean, I'm sure once you get more going, then you might be like, oh, this really isn't that hard at all.
I mean, one thing that I wasn't really doing much was blocking. So the way you block is you press R1 or L1, and you can run by pressing R2 or L2. So I had my finger on the R2 button, but I didn't have any fingers on the R1 button, so I kept forgetting that I could block. So I think that's something I'd have to learn to do, is use both buttons, like 2 fingers on the shoulder buttons. So this is like a midway boss again. They seem to have these on all levels. So the interesting mechanic here is in the background there's like a little vending machine that spits out bombs, and they sort of keep refreshing itself. So you can go up and pick those bombs up and chuck them at the enemies. Or you can just ignore it and just continue fighting it normally. But also, like, that thing there, it sort of shoots you into the air, that little blue thing, and they're all sort of scattered throughout the level, so you can get some height from that, and you can do like a downward thrust attack with your sword, which deals a lot more damage.
Toby, it looks like you're about to die.
Yes, there, you see there, my head fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what can happen when you die. So,
but because you're by yourself, no one can pick up and give it back to you. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you can see there, like, I'm holding that barrel, so you can pick up like small enemies and bombs and other items. You can pick up your friends if you're playing with them and throw them. So I can see there being a lot of opportunities for just messing about with your friends, like picking them up. You know, like in New Super Mario Bros. Where you can pick them up and throw them. That's
kind of cool. And I know you like to troll people and be, a jerk when you play with them. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
I can see you doing that a lot.
Yeah. And another thing, like when you fall off the stage, there's certain areas you can fall off into like a bottomless pit. When you that takes away some of your health, so you can reposition yourself and like drop yourself wherever you want. But if you're not careful, you can just drop yourself back off the edge. So I did that a few times in the first stage. You probably saw that. But yeah, I mean, this level, I don't know whether it's far along or not in the actual game. It did pose like it had a bigger level of challenge for me. Yeah? It wasn't necessarily like really hard. I mean, like these penguins, like what are they? Like they're just like little guys running around. You can't hurt them or anything.
Yeah.
There.
Why would you want to hurt penguins?
Well, they're getting in your way, man.
You're just mean, man. You're just mean.
This area, right? I found like a little glitch here. So when you get shot up into the sky by that blue thing, if you do like a downward thrust attack with your sword to the left, over in that corner, you can sort of get stuck in the animation, and you stay there for like a few seconds. I'm not sure if I got it on footage or not, but you might see it in a minute. So like, when I do that attack, put to the left. but that special attack there, that's a really cool one because you can do that by holding the triangle button if you're on a PlayStation.
Yeah, I like that.
And basically that grabs all the nearby enemies and throws them away from you. So that's a real good like disperse mechanic. So if you're getting surrounded, you can just use that and chuck everyone out of your way. Yeah, we've got some really good music in this game.
What's that?
It's got some really good music. This game. It's really sort of like upbeat and like I don't know. It just suits the game because it's such a quirky game. And we're also like, what is that thing like? It's like a robot with a sword, but it's got like a rubber ring on its belly. I mean, this he's using like squirt cannons to sort of jetpack himself along. So the enemy design is really creative as well.
Yeah, it's again Klaus does all the design and the characters and stuff. I think he's an amazing artist.
Oh, he's genius, yeah.
He did they're having a competition. It's called a ZEO competition.
All right.
Where if the winner, they'll typically do something like you got to name a weapon or different things like that, and the winner actually he is drawing them and making them non-playable characters within the game. So
that is cool.
That is cool. The other morning I was watching, and I was watching Periscope. And he was on Periscope, and he was drawing one of the characters, and I was like, "This is amazing!" Like, he's taking these characters and he's making them like zombified, like they're in the Zombie Viking world. It's so cool, and the art style was just spot on to, the Zombie Viking games, and it's just like, this is so awesome. The one I was watching, I don't know the guy's name or anything like that, but the guy he was in the music, so Klaus was droning with a shield, but it was a record, and then he was doing he wanted his kids in it, and so he was like had his arm like in a muscle type position, and he had 2 kids on the arm. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool. See this bit here, right? This is like a little side quest. So I think the levels, like, I mean, you come across stuff like this where you can talk to NPCs. So that character you're describing, you might come across him.
Yes.
He might give you something to do. So this woman has got their child stuck in the head of WoW. I was trying to like get them out, but I ended up dying trying to kill the WoW there. This is like the overworld map there. You don't see it for very long, but that's how you could choose the different levels on the demo. So this is the final boss on the demo. I guess this would be like, because this is like just a boss level, so it's probably like the end of world boss or whatever. Like a string of levels leads to this boss.
I speak for the island. We offer you this Viking with a bullish style.
But this is such an amazing boss, man. Look at that thing.
Oh my god.
Your beloved Inky Pinky.
You are literally fighting the Great North Sea.
Wow.
But just look at the way that's animating. That's
awesome.
It's amazing. There's like so many layers for it.
They are so talented.
So again, I was getting to choose my character and weapon here, so I think I probably went for a different one this time. Oh, at one point I went for the really like high damage one, which looks kind of like the throne from Game of Thrones, like that one. yeah, so I did. I went for that one. So it deals a lot of damage. So this is like a little interactive cutscene. So you can see like the characters wobbling around, and that was me moving the control stick as I was trying to move.
I was fishing.
So you were trying to take a little of my property and accidentally took a lot.
So the aim of this is basically you got to pick these bombs up, and they're little blue like things that sprout you up into the air. You've got to chuck the bombs onto them, and then they land on his head.
Oh, okay.
So you see my character wasn't moving there, my controller disconnected. That happened a few times throughout the demo, but I'm sure that was just my controller.
Yeah.
But once you get a bomb onto it, then you can go
okay, so you throw the bomb up, it hits him,
yeah,
goes up on him, and then he falls down, and then you...
So it's basically as though the boss, really.
Yeah. But it's such a cool looking character.
Yeah, I just love the way he animates. Like, you could see that being like an actual physical thing that you could play with. Like he's made out of card or metal or something. And
that is so amazing.
And he's got like seaweed for like his face.
Yeah, for his like beard and mustache.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so
it's just a really creative boss, I think.
Your enemy. I became friends with Inky Pinky.
Impossible. You killed each other.
So he starts chucking down some like minions as well in a minute to make it a bit more tricky. I mean, it was quite an easy boss. I think it was probably a little bit easier because I bought that powerful sword.
Yeah.
And he's chucking Viking ships at you with minions. And see how I got chucked in the air to land me in the ocean. But yeah, I mean, I say like even if this doesn't end up on PS Plus, like you should definitely buy it. I mean, based on what I played, I'll be buying it no matter what happens.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind I'm getting it.
It's like I'm always like on the lookout for good co-op games or games you can play with your friends online, and there's not actually that many really. I mean, you expect it to be a lot, but this looks like the perfect sort of game to play with your mates.
Oh, absolutely.
No, the eye. I really need to get some Tupperware or something for it.
More of that crazy humor.
Combat by the law of Norsemen. I must approve of your love.
Our what?
But it's so beautiful. Like that could just be a painting on your wall.
Whatever.
That's amazing.
Gotta go up here.
Alright, well let's
There's a little bit more plot here, but yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up here. We got about 30 minutes in.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. Nothing to see. There's no reason for anything.
Being dead sucks.
Helheim has a problem.
We all know how it works. Warriors killed in battle go to Valhalla, where they get to drink and fight all day forever. People who just die normally come to Helheim.
These days, you're not getting any new young people. You know why? Because of modern medicine. 7th century has given us amazing cures, fire, blood leeches, bandages made from monkey poop, and delicious, delicious mercury.
All of the people who used to die in bed are now dying in combat.
Is the solution peace, you ask?
No, too complicated. We have a better way.
Gigantic plague golem.
We get all the sick people down here, then turn them into one giant disease-oozing golem. Then we go up there and, so to speak, get you more customers.
She says hooray, but she wonders where you will get the power to build such a creature.
All we need is some really potent source of magic, like, say, the Eye of Odin.
We heard it's not even in his head at the moment. It was stolen, so it is probably somewhere clever and secret now.
Woo! So overall, what is your takeaway from this game? What's your feelings on it? Like, I know you said you would definitely get it or whatever, but how do you what's your feel for the game? Like, did you really?
My feel for the game is
you played it, so I'm curious what you think about it.
Because I admit that before I started playing it, I was a little bit unsure about it. I hadn't seen many trailers for it, but I saw it was on the PS Plus vote thing, and out of the 3 games, I don't really know much about all three of them, but we got to check this one out. I haven't checked any others out, but this one, like, as soon as I started playing it, I was just like, wow, this is quality. It's a lot of fun. It's got high production values, and it just seems like the perfect game to play with your friends, like I was saying before. So, and I was thinking, like, straight away, like, if anybody else played this demo, they would vote for it on that PS Plus thing.
Yeah.
So
just watching it, you know, like watching it now, I'm like, well, I already voted. I voted prior. And the reason why I voted was it just caught my eye. Like I've had my eye on this game for a while now. And so for me personally, watching you play this now just just hammers home the fact that I definitely need to own this game. I definitely need to play it. And I think that regardless whether it's the free game or not, I think everybody needs to get this game and support these guys with this game, because it's a good game. I mean, the art style, everything just blew me away just watching.
It is a beautiful game, and it's really polished. Like, all of the visuals are really polished, and the humor in it is just great. I mean, it's hard for people to make games that are funny, but they've hit the nail on the head with it. So there's a lot of like laugh out loud moments. Yeah.
So all in all, I think me and Toby are both impressed with this game. I think we're both very pleased with what we saw of it. I'm chomping at the bit. I'm going to actually hook up my PS4 controller to my computer tonight and download the demo and give it a shot and all that stuff. I can't wait to try it. So all in all, we're happy with it. I'm happy with what I saw. I just can't wait to actually get my hands on the actual full copy and really play and dive into this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's going to be even more fun when you're playing with your friends online. That's going to be like the pinnacle of what that game becomes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first impression of Zombie Vikings by Zoink Games. Be sure to follow them on Instagram, Twitter. They're on Facebook. They're all over the place. Like, really, give these guys a listen, a view, check them out, do whatever. They're on Periscope. Like I said, they're doing a lot of stuff on social media. They're very accessible. Send them tweets and all that, and let them know what you think about what you saw here. Let them know what you think about the game, all that stuff. Or you plan on getting it? Hopefully, I hope so. You can follow Toby here. He's on Twitter. He's at Toby's_take. Bobby here, the Geek Guru. You can follow me at the Geek Gurus on Instagram, on Twitter, both of those.
Yeah, check out the Geek Guru Facebook group.
Yes, there you go. So a lot of people are in it. A lot of people are involved. We got Team Geek is all there. They're all supporting, and they're putting a lot of content in there and all that stuff. A lot of new podcasts up and coming are popping in and dropping their links in and sharing it. So it's a good place to really get some knowledge and hang out with some like-minded individuals. That is all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, share it, let all your friends know about it. Let them all know about Zoink Games. Let them know everything about this company, this game, Zombie Vikings, please. That is all. Peace, mother.
Bye.